Hello everybody and welcome back to Warhammer 40K Rogue Trader. Ooh. Oopsie. I did a poopy whoopsie. I made a horrible big mistake, but luckily I caught it soon enough. So, hey, that last episode, that didn't happen. Lamau. I've actually reloaded to a previous save here. So this was actually the end of the episode where we go into the arena with this guy talking to us. There's actually a very, very important thing that I didn't know about, which is very stupid, in my opinion. But we missed a whole ass companion. Just a whole fucking dude, you know? And I thought this guy was, he was the one that we could get. But it turns out there's actually another. So, I've reloaded my save. It was serendipitous. How I found out about it. It was insanely lucky. Because I was watching this dude, I think he's called the Backlogs. He has a video where he was doing a solo challenge run of this game. And he was just being a heretic and he was just soloing everything. And I was like, oh, that seems cool. Let me go ahead and check this out. And I was watching it. And I didn't want to spoil myself on the game. So I was like, I'll just watch up to the part that I'm at. And then I will stop, And I watched the video. And he got to the Dark City, and he's just like, oh, great, the Dark City. This is the halfway point of the game. And I was just like, oh my god. Halfway? I got another 100 fucking episodes out of this? Insanity. So that baffled my mind. But then, he started talking about, he's just like, oh, this is our last companion that we can get. This guy, and... let me go ahead and go to it right now, because, oh my god. The fact that I just saw this video, and I was just like, wait, I just passed the point of no return. I cannot go get this guy. And I was like, I can reload a previous save. I was like, what's my... Excuse me. I was like, how much more of the game... How much of the game do I have to redo, And luckily, not a lot. Luckily, we did catch it perfectly timed. So this is loaded right after this fight here, where we killed all these big guys with Cassius single-handedly. So we're going to go back into the Atomical Opera, and there is actually another prisoner that we can grab here. And I haven't seen anything on this. I just know that you talk to the homunculus, and then he gives you permission to take him, right? So, but the thing is that you have to talk to him first. You talk to him first, then you get permission, then you let him out, then he's a part of your party. I was like, okay, sick.
Victory awaits.
Had no idea. Also, there's these buttons here. I didn't know what any of these did. But, yeah, there's that. Hey, baby, we got it. There's just some whole-ass, other area with puzzles that we didn't get. And it does have a couple of goodies here, so let's go ahead and check this out. A provocative emitter? Provocative emitter? Whenever the wearer dodges an attack, they become priority target for the attacker until the wearer's next turn. That's cool. Sting ring. A marvelous compact weapon in the form of a ring that allows the wearer to fire a stinger shot once per combat. Interesting. Spiked boots. At the start of your turn, the wearer inflicts 4 bleed on themselves. Whenever the wearer performs an area melee attack, they inflict 4 bleed on all hit creatures. Okay. This area melee attack also deals different damage depending on additional damage. That's actually really good for Mara's Eye. That's actually incredibly good for him, because he can put all that bleeding on himself. Grants 30% armor and inflicts 20% negative penalty to agility for 2 rounds. Ossificator? Interesting. And a Cybermastiff thing. Steel Predator Mark 1. Cybermastiff gains plus 15 weapon skill and strength. Its maximum wounds is increased by 25%, and it deals 250% more damage. That's actually insane. We might actually want to put that on. And then just some trinkets there. This is probably the most researched I've ever been on an episode like this. So let's go ahead and check out our stuff here. This is Limbing Snare. We get 15 and we get 150. Ooh, but the Apprehend on the Attack of Opportunity. Yeah, I don't know. We haven't had that trigger a lot, though. We never really had it trigger. Where is this? Wrath of the Meek. Steel Predator Mark 1. I think we swap it out there. Excellent, good boy. He's at 108 health. That's very helpful. He's got more health than his master. Hilariously so. And then the boots. Shit, I really need to fucking organize this shit. But I don't have time during an episode. I spent so much episode fucking doing shit already. What do you have now? 14% parry when they're using swords. Whenever the parrier parries it with a sword, they immediately counterattack, causing the enemy to be staggered. If the attacker is staggered, the wearer parries. This is increased by 35%. Okay, well, we're gonna check out these spiked boots here for a bit. So that's good. We got some bleed on him. So I think that was all that I wanted to do from that
claim to the stars.
Little thing there. There is actually this way here that we didn't check out as well. Just some goodies here. Some more stuff here. So we have Bead of Might. If the wearer has 8 or more AP at the start of their turn, they gain 30% damage for the rest of combat. Ooh, that's insane. I don't know anyone that gets more AP. Huh. I don't know how you would have 8 over 8 AP or whatever. The wearer gains plus 10 agility and fellowship. Whenever the wearer wounds should be decreased to 0 for the first time in combat, they restore up to 50% of their maximum wounds instead. Very interesting. Second wind, perhaps. Long-range aim lens. Increases ranged attack distance by 3 cells. That's sick. Homunculus Injector. Restores 36 wounds. Removes bleeding, burning, toxic, and melting. Heals 1 trauma and all injuries without skill tests. That's insane. Homunculus's Prism. This prism-shaped Xeno artifact is made from a black metal that is oddly cold to the touch. The strange device has no visible seams, buttons, or holes. Neat. And then there's one right here as well, which just has some more trinkets. I think that's all. So yeah, now
Tolerate weakness.
Let's go ahead and do what we're here for. Because I kept going through here and doing this, I did not notice the dude in the cage here, because he's not highlighted. But yeah, this is the Space Marine guy.
To see them cut down. My sons unclean.
Okay, when are you gonna stop, dude? I was gonna let you finish, but... Okay, thank you. Oh, he looks sick. Big axe and a plasma pistol and... Okay, Ulfar. Singing softly under his breath, the man is of enormous proportions is intently stripping raw meat from the bone with his teeth. His unwashed red hair is falling into his face, his beard is matted and bloodstained, and the aforementioned teeth look like fangs. More like fangs than any human equivalent. Hey, they look fine to me from here. I can't really tell. Okay. Okay. A less knowledgeable person might not recognize this giant humanoid, but you are well aware that this is a space marine, an angel of the Emperor. And I failed the test. Awesome. His body is covered in primitive scar tattoos, the meaning of which eludes you. Okay. Kneel before him. Hail, angel of the Emperor. Glory to the Emperor. Pray pause that your filthy past. For I am rogue traitor Wilbur von Valencius. I hope you're enjoying your meal. I'm Wilbur. Let's keep it... Let's not kiss his ass too hard. Let's not fucking... call him a peasant, either. You enjoying your meal?
I would enjoy it a lot more if there was miod. Got any?
I do not know what that is. He gives you a searching look, then shrugs his massive shoulders.
What do you want?
Taking a piece of meat from behind his teeth, the warrior resumes his murmured singing. Between the lines of his songs, he tossed out, "What do you want?" Study the man. The huge body with straggly, overgrown red hair perfectly suits the deep, chilling voice of this man, or of this beast in the guise of a man. Tribal scar-like tattoos cover his chest, arms, and back, and you glimpse intricate braids in his mass of unwashed hair. His body bears so many pale scars that you cannot count them all. And muscles bulge beneath his skin like boulders. He looks like a statue carved from stone. Ooh, I really do be burping, but not like in a big loud way like usual. I'm like getting like little tiny burps that are just fucking up my speech. It is clear that captivity has sapped this prisoner of none of his physical power. Your assessment is confirmed when you spot the remains of a Drukhari in a pile of carrion at his feet. Likely one of the homunculus' servants. The Drukhari's flesh appears to be making a fine snack for your new acquaintance. Okay. Listen closely to the song, "Who Are You?" A warrior such as you could prove useful to me. Step away from the cage. Let's listen to his song. You do not know the language. The sounds seem crude and mangled, but not entirely lacking the harsh dignity of a form of Gothic, while also sounding similar to the rumble of a landslide, sharp and choppy guttural phrases tumbling forth in a harsh rhythm. Try to join in on singing? I've got a 5% chance to fail this. I better fucking not. What about their song? "It is beautiful. I would hate to hear such savage ditties sung in my court." Let's try to sing along with them. Hey, you succeeded. You close your eyes and enter the flow of the song like slipping into a fast-flowing mountain river. Words rise up naturally in your mind. They are not the same ones sung by the prisoner, but you sense their aptness. Verse flows from your lips, full of surprising poetic metaphors and bloody details of a nameless hero fighting monsters under the light of unfamiliar stars.
You are one who has supped the miod of the Skjalds, I see. In the long hall, some of my brothers would be eager to tell you of their exploits, so that you would sing a saga of their deeds.
Cool. Who are you?
I am a wolf.
A wolf? Crazy. At first glance, the man does not strike you as possessing great intellect. He is clearly more accustomed to mauling and killing than thinking, but you detect a certain shrewdness in his eyes. After looking you over, he says shortly, I am a wolf. How did you come to be in here?
My pack answered the Inquisition's call and came to the Coronis Expanse. There was a battle, and then the young wolves yearning to be meat for their brotherlings. To a feast of bolters they went out roving. Though they were but few, one long fang with them went loping. Not to see them cut down by scythes unclean. The pups he sent scattering, and there stood alone the paths guarding. For a foe he long spied, one worthy among unworthy. The song of swords singing, they clashed with clamor and skill, until stood the old wolf upon the bones. Then, by the birds of battle, was he brought down.
Cool. Cool. I guess he is smart.
Was that clear enough? This saga sounds less interesting in prose.
Okay. I wish to know more about your brothers.
That butcher sent you to spy for him, did he?
Oh.
Or do they know nothing of the Emperor's angels, the space wolves of Fenris, or the great Layman Russ in your corner of the galaxy?
Okay, sorry. Why does the homunculus keep you in the cage? Point at the piece of meat. Don't they feed you? You must be planning your escape, yes? I have no questions. How did they keep you in this cage?
For his own safety. When I am not busy killing inhuman spawn in the arena, the Xenos fear my will.
I want to help you. We suffer the same fate. I was also captured by the Xenos, and they forced me to kill for their entertainment. I never imagined I would see an angel of the Emperor allow himself to be taken prisoner to be content with his subjugation. So you serve the enemies of humanity? No, I'll tell them we're in the same boat, brother.
But I sit in a cage while you roam freely around their city. They do not fear you. Maybe there is a reason for that. Maybe our fates are not the same at all.
Okay, well... Okay. You must be planning to escape, yes?
And why do you want to know?
Grinning, the warrior runs his fingers through his dirty hair, making himself look even wilder in the process. Don't they feed you?
A predator does not eat only when it is hungry. There are many reasons to eat.
Yeah, I believe the Space Marines have a gland in their body that if they eat the meat of a living creature, they can, like, absorb some of its memories. Something like that. I believe that's a lore thing. That's insane. There's also a really good indie comic about... Well, it's not an indie comic, but it's like a... Not a DC or a Marvel. It's called Chew. C-H-E-W. It's about this cop that solves murders, but he has to, like, eat the victims in order... Because he can eat the victims, like, eat their flesh, and then he sees, like, their memories or whatever. It's super weird and awesome. Answer just obliquely. Must have been a reason for this bloody repast. Does it taste good? That's disgusting. And a bad habit, one that raises suspicion of corruption. You would know. There must have been a really good reason for that. For a moment, the vicious grin loses some of its sincerity, and a bloodthirsty prisoner casts an intense scrutinizing look at your face, as if trying to read your thoughts. I have no more questions. Chewing, he wipes the blood from his mouth with the back of his hand. A warrior such as you could prove useful to me.
To get what you want, you will have to convince two very headstrong individuals. Me and my captor. That claw-handed Xenos.
Step away from the cage. Okay. So now we have to convince him. Master, allow me to take the Space Marine you keep in a cage. No. The homunculus snaps curtly, and he returns to his work. Noticing that you are still waiting for something, he hisses irritably, still not taking his eyes off the experiment. If you wish to continue wasting my time with your pathetic pleading and whining, specimen, then you know the price, pay up or get out. Hold out a bag of samples. Of course, master. I have nothing to pay you but my own flesh. Please accept it as a gift. I cannot pay now. No, let's give him the samples. We give him the Scourge adrenal glands. Okay, so this is what we got from the that big bird thing. The one that attacked us in the storybook. Anyway. Just extracts a piece of flesh. Yeah, it will do. Okay, yeah, we've seen that text before. Obedient specimen, so be it. You've earned a few minutes of my attention. The answer is still no. This particular monkey specimen has phenomenal parameters. I previously studied 2 other specimens of the same breed, but have yet to untangle their genetic secrets. He also performs well enough in the arena. I will not part with him with the last specimen. Fuck. If you do not release the Emperor's Angel, his retribution fall on you, Xenos. With him, I would definitely succeed. It would further both our interests. Surely it is dangerous to keep such a prisoner in your abode. What if he escapes and comes for your head? The loss of some monkey could never impede the work of a mind as great as yours. That poor soul. Surely nothing good awaits him in captivity. Let's kind of hype him up. Loss of some fucking dipshit monkey man could never impede the work of a mind as great as yours. Perhaps the genetic subtype of all 3 specimen was defective. And this is the cause for my limited success. In that case, the loss of this specimen would not be significant. Ooh. Hey, baby, I recommend pain as a means of pacification. And you can take his armor. I found it entirely unintriguing. Travantius hands you a bone key. And we got the bone key. A key made of osseous substance covered in a myriad of tiny spikes. It can only be used if fed with the right type of blood. Okay, interesting. I must take my leave. Oh, well, I recover a moment, so I'm willing to pay for it. I'd like to speak with you about a member of my retinue who was delivered to you. No, we got Cassia. We got everything. Let's go ahead and see if we have anything to give. We do not. Okay, take our leave. Yeah, we're good. We chillin'. Alright, we're good, we chillin'. I'm so glad I caught this in time. It was so serendipitous. I was just like, oh, talk to this guy in a cage and we get a Space Marine. And I was like, oh, I fucking shit myself right then and there. Gray-haired giant does not stop singing under his breath and does not seem to notice you, intent as he is on his bloody repast. I need your help. Oh, dogmatic. The prisoner looks at you expectingly without stopping his chewing, but his expression shifts subtly as if his affected crudeness of mind and manner has been replaced by focus and cunning. I'm planning an escape. Are you with me? We're both servants of the Emperor. We ought to help each other out in this perilous place. Don't you want to slay Xenos with me? Are you a coward then? Afraid to come out of your cage? Juventius gave you to me, join my party. Stay in the cage then, fool. Don't you want to kill some motherfuckers with me, dude? You seem like you would want to kill.
Why didn't you say that at the start? What did you expect? Did you think you would have to set the slaughter under the bloodthirsty killer's nose, and it would rush off to do your bidding?
Alright, fair. His expression of dull savagery then changes to a mocking grin. Okay. I'm planning an escape. Are you coming with me?
Why would I be? You are a stranger. How can I trust you? You could be an enemy. Worse, you could be an idiot.
Fair. That's funny. What a funny line. Love that. We're both servants of the Emperor. We ought to help each other out in this perilous place.
Do you serve the Emperor? Or are you a puppet with the hand of that Xenos butcher up your arse? How am I to know whose words you speak? Yours or his? How am I to know what plot you're trying to draw me into?
Are you a coward then? I mean... He gave you to me. Join my party.
Gave? Well, if he gave me to you, step into this cage and take me. You think a filthy blasphemous Xenos could do whatever he pleases with me?
Fair. Fuck you then. Fuck you then.
When I rip your insolent tongue out of your throat, do not ask why. This is why.
Guys, Guys, we might have actually fucked this up. I don't know. Okay.
Come here, you wretch! You have hidden on the other side of those bars long enough! Come in here and repeat your filthy words so I can kick them back into your bloody, stinking muscle! Fine! You got a rise out of me! And from what I can smell, you did not soil yourself in the process. I respect those with courage. I can work with you.
We literally just had to call him a pussy?
It seems Tervantius is not as clever as he likes to appear if he's letting me out of the cage. The joke is on him. Good steel I have already. But if we are going hunting, I will need my wolf skin. What did you say your name was?
I'm Wilbur. Hi, I'm Wilbur. Just give him big pussy energy. Alright. Oh, Ulfar's abilities. Okay. I don't know what I'm looking at here. Jesus Christ. Okay. Ulfar is a space wolf, a mighty space marine. His proportions instill respect in his allies and fear in his foes. But because Ulfr takes up 4 cells instead of 1, oh shit, certain mechanics may work differently for him. Ulfr does not use cover or conventional human armor and weapons. Okay, he's extremely specialized. Ulfr's unique ability allows him once per combat, instead of losing consciousness due to having his wounds reduced to 0, to become incapacitated for 2 rounds. While in this state, Ulfar cannot be targeted by attacks or suffer damage. And he also counts as full cover for his allies. That's crazy. Once 2 rounds have passed, Ulfr can act again and regains 50% of his maximum wounds. Oh, that's once per combat. Okay, so he can die. I was just like, he's just dead for 2 turns and he comes back? Furthermore, Ulfr is a arch-militant. An arch-militant keystone ability allows them to gain a stack of versatility each time they make an attack whose type is different from the previous one the arch-militant used. For purposes of this ability, attack types are single shot, melee attack, single target, or burst. Area melee attack, area ranged attack, and ranged burst attack. For each stack of this effect on the Arch-Militant, their weapon skill and ballistic skill are increased by 5. If the Arch-Militant accumulates 4 or more stacks of this effect, their attacks start dealing an additional damage, whichever is greater. So his weapon skill bonus times 3 or his ballistic skill bonus times 3. Okay. Okay, my guy. We gotta level him up. I don't... Who do I take out here? I guess Solomor's kind of our tank, and this guy also is kind of a tank. So maybe we swap out Solomorn for him. I know he's a DLC character. I super don't want to... But I don't want to remove him. I would remove him, honestly, but I kind of want to see his interactions. Cassie is never leaving my fucking party ever again. Cabela's good. Urilette's never leaving my party. It's insane. Hey, look at this dude! Hey, look at this dude. Okay, so he's got go for the throat. The Space Marine immediately moves next to the target, ignoring attacks of opportunity, and it performs a single melee attack with 10 plus 2 times strength bonus critical damage. That's insane. If there are enemies between the Space Marine and their target, the Space Marine charges through them, forcing the enemies to pass a toughness resistance test with a negative 3 times toughness bonus penalty, or fall prone for 1 round, if possible. Okay, he's got run and gun. Sick. Okay, he's got revel and slaughter. Okay, cool. Controlled shot. The soldier gives a sign that they are about to open fire. The soldier and their allies will automatically dodge the soldier's next attack. Okay, sick. I forgot Argenta has that, actually. Rapid fire. The soldier's next ranged burst attack will have its base fire rate doubled, but deal 25% less damage. All the shots will follow random trajectories. Only works with weapons capable of burst fires. And kick for 0 AP? The Arch-Militant makes a melee attack with a kick, dealing 15 damage instead of weapon damage. This attack does not count towards the attack limit per turn, and counts as a single melee attack for the purposes of versatility. This attack cannot be parried, and will push the enemy 2 cells away. Sick. Okay. He's got an Astartes bolt pistol, 17 to 22. Actually pretty good, I think. And an Astartes combat knife. 16 to 27 is pretty crazy. What's Cabela's knife?
Blood is my life. Death is my duty.
20 to 32.
Those innards need take leave of their gut.
Okay, it's not as good as I thought it was. If an attack with this knife kills the target, the wielder restores +1 AP and can make an additional attack with this knife. That's insane. Love that for you. That's actually awesome. What's your secondary? Oh, Astartes Bolter. 25 to 35, 25% armor penetration. Nothing special about it, really. Okay. Well, we'll go over his equipment in a second here. Yeah. Holy shit. 80 strength. I don't know what's giving him +20, but that's insane. You got a bunch of shit that's plussed up. So his armor, wolfskin, 65% armor with 6 deflection. Oh my god. Oh, and that's what's giving him the 20 strength, the base armor property. Plus 20 strength. Okay. He's got Astartes power gloves. The Space Marine's recoil is decreased by 16. The Space Marine's melee attacks also apply staggered on the target if they fail a toughness resistance test of a -24 penalty. Oh. Okay, so it gives recoil reduction and melee attacks stagger? That's insane. Wolf Pelt Cloak grants 10% armor. Holy shit, what is this guy's fucking armor? 75? Is pretty insane with the 95% parry. Like, honestly, these stats tell me that he's definitely getting hit, but it doesn't fucking matter. As long as the wearer has performed both melee and ranged attacks this turn, every enemy in a 5-cell radius that is smaller than the wearer suffers 1 stack of perplexed and stacks. Ooh. Perplexed is a bad one, if I remember correctly, because that was what was fucking us up. Yeah, -10 to ballistic skill, weapon skill, intelligence, and perception. Pretty insane. In his boots, the kick ability costs 0 AP and deals an additional 16 damage. Okay. 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 That's pretty good. Just a free fucking kick. Did it say exactly how much that kick did? 15 damage plus 16, so that's, 31, right? That's not bad. 31 free damage is pretty insane, actually. 31 free damage is pretty fucking incredible. All right, let's go back here. Let's see if we have anything for him. Or do we want to level him up first? I don't know if we want to level him up first or not. Don't we have that power armor? Aw, you can't wear it. Damn it. 85% and 10 deflection? Holy shit. As long as there are no Xenos in the party, the wearer gains 10 to all characteristics, but plus 20 to strength. Oh my god. Why can't you wear this, brother? Adeptus Astartes equipment. Can't have that feature. Damn. That's insane, actually. That's pretty cuckoo crazy. Anyway. Okay, he can use heavy weapons here. Jesus Christ, what can he use is a better question. He can use this. Heavy bolter. I don't think that's any better. What's this? A multi-melta. 21 to 28. 60 armor penetration. That's pretty good. Scorching attack. Fiery Retribution. It's a flamer. You can also use flamers, I guess. Okay. Heavy Flamer is an additional area attack called Scorching Retribution. What's the difference between the Flaming Shot and Scorching Retribution? So Flaming Shot Affects creatures in a wide cone, dealing fire damage and inflicting burning. This attack sets a target area on fire for 1 round. Okay. Interesting. Probably not going to be used, TBH. That's it. That's all they can use. They can't even use the bolters. Like, what the fuck? This multi-melta is the only thing that I'm looking at, but honestly, it's his fucking two-handed bolter is way better. Not better in terms of armor penetration. That armor penetration is fucking sick, for real, but yeah, I don't see that being a thing here, and he can't wear any armor. So it's just trinkets, it looks like here. What is this? That's not very good. Sorry, I don't know why I'm reading this to myself. I'm so stupid. I'm a YouTuber, dude. I gotta think out loud. People are just gonna sit here and watch me in silence? No, thank you. After triggering a psychic phenomenon, not relevant. Death Cultist Assassin, not relevant. Psychic Power, not relevant. Yeah, Psi Rating, not relevant. At the start of combat, the wearer's ability gains deflection equal to the wearer's Psi Rating. Fuck me. Press the advantage we don't have on him. Oh, look at that. When the wearer of this badge gains a stack of versatility, they also gain 3 momentum. Perfect for you, pal. Cool. At the beginning of the wearer's turn, all enemies in a 3-cell radius gain 1 stack of bleeding for each common effect on this enemy. I don't know what common effect are. Combat tactics, no thank you. Every time when they... Oh, this is the one I just read. Every time they damage more than 2 targets by a wielder's area attack, they gain +5 momentum. Deadeye critical hit shots, which we don't use on him. We could give him the Stinger Ring. That could be an option. Revel in Slaughter increases the wearer's perception by 10% until the end of combat. Or no, 10 period. Okay. 10 plus to tech use? That would put him at 52. Whenever the wearer dodges an attack, they become priority target for the attacker until their next turn. That's actually super sick. The wearer's non-attack psychic powers. Shut up. User gains 3 temporary wounds from combat stimulus. Okay, no. Psychic power, no thank you. Not even gonna read that. Warp damage. Wielder gains a 5% chance to reduce incoming warp damage by half for each point of deflection. So that would be 3. So that's 15% warp damage. Oh, no, I'm an idiot. It's just 5% in general. That's crap. Plus 10 to logic. His logic's really good. I was not looking at his tech use earlier. That would put him at 45 tech use. I was reading logic. This would put him at 52 logic. Okay. What's his intelligence stat? 35? It's not bad. He's not retarded. Plus 14 to Medicaid also grants. Yeah. It's an enemy with a Deadeye shot. Not relevant. To Commerce and Lore. Imperium Lore. His Imperial Lore better be good. It's 35. Never mind. We're definitely giving that to... What's her dick? Actually, should I give that to Cassia? I don't know if those are considered ranged attacks, or if they're considered navigator attacks. I don't think it'll work. If the wearer did not move during this turn, they become immobile or become blah 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 blah. They typically gain wounds. Iconoclasts, all their allies immediately gain the same number of wounds. No, thank you. Whenever the wearer hits with a ranged weapon within melee range, Target gains +1 stack of perplexed. Is super cool. Combat Lotus Stratagem. No. This wearer gains +10 agility and fellowship, which aren't really stats that he needs. Whenever the wearer's wounds should be decreased to 0 for the first time in combat, they were restored to 50% maximum wounds. That actually might be good on Wilbur. When the wearer has 8 or more AP at the start of their turn, they gain 30% damage for the rest of combat. I don't know anybody with that much AP. I think this could actually go on Wilbur here. So let's see if we can take something off Wilbur. Can't take that. Oh, +10 to skills. Is that worth having a revive? He never really gets in trouble, honestly. But, I mean, he is the main character. I assume that if Wilbur goes down, the game's over. You know, I don't know about that. He's only got 40 armor, 80, 0 parry. 85 parry? Why? Okay. That was fucking weird. 85% parry. Yeah, his stats are not suited for combat, but they're good for giving people combat. His ballistic skill is alright. His fellowship is really good. Do we need this? I think we can swap it. Ah, shit. Where did it put that? Ah, hell. Right there. Okay. So we definitely want the ring, because that's insanity. This ring is completely broken. That's good. That's good. I guess that's kind of good. 5 fellowship and 10 karma, so that's okay, you know? So maybe we give this to him. +10 to all skills. That's looking very snazzy. Looking very good. I guess we throw this on him for the bleed. But I don't see any headpieces here that he can wear. Okay. So I guess we have to wait on a helmet here. And then grenade-wise, what can he use? He can use these med kits at least. He can't use regular med kits, it looks like. Yeah. So maybe we do this. We got a ton of these. He can have them all. No, he should take some grenades. He should take some grenades. Where are my crack grenades, bro? 24 to 48 is insane. 35 to 70 is even more insane, actually. Is that our best grenade here? I think so. Yeah, we'll give him these. It's only 1 AP to use grenades? That's crazy. 3 melta charges is awesome to see. And then all this shit doesn't matter. Okay. So, that's all good on armor for him. Let's go ahead and level him up. I know this is going to be an all Ulfric episode. Or, what is his fucking name? Ulfar. Why do I keep saying Ulfric? Where the fuck is that from? Anyway. He's a soldier and an arch-militant. Let's go ahead and give him all his abilities here. So let's go ahead and check out his things here. That's the different type thing. That's the kick. Martial art. Target of kit must pass a resistance health with a negative penalty or fall prone. That's cool. Love that. Steady superiority. Until the end of combat, the arch-militant can make 1 additional attack each turn, including 1 additional attack on the turn this heroic act was used. The first attack after using this ability, and each turn afterwards, cost 0 AP. Grants 1 AP at 20th character level. And he took ballistic skill here. That's pretty good. So let's go ahead and see. Okay, so this is all normal stuff down here. We could give him swift movements. Just give him 2 more, because I feel like he's going to be slow. I don't know. Let's go ahead and go through his stuff here. Always ready. Archmilitant begins combat with 2 stacks of versatility. When entering combat, he gains 14 weapon skill and 14 ballistic skill until the end of combat. That's just amazing. The fuck is that? That's just incredible. Gains bonus to critical damage when he has versatility. This bonus is kept when the Archmilitant uses cautious approach or confident approach. Dependable. He gains armor based on his versatility. Okay. Exploit weaknesses. When the Archmilitant attacks targets that have their armor reduced by any effects applied to the by the Archmilitant's allies, the Archmilitant deals 10% more damage. When the Archmilitant attacks targets that have their deflection reduced by any effects applied by the Archmilitant's allies, he deals +2 damage. Okay. If I had a lot of debuffing stuff, but I don't think I use a lot of debuffing stuff. When the guy attacks, their dodge is reduced by any effects applied. This is the same thing for dodge and parry, but he gets crit chance. Okay. Whenever the Archmilitants or their allies uses a heroic or a desperate measure, Archmilitant gains +1 and plus 10% damage on all attacks until the end of combat. That's cool. Gaining a stack of versatility increases a hit chance by 5, critical hit chance by 5, until the end of turn. What do I need here? Reckless Rush. Okay. Killing an enemy with a melee attack makes all his ranged attacks this turn -1 AP, and vice versa. Does not stack. That's pretty sick. Every round, the first single target ability used by the Archmilitant gains +1 action point to that ally. Okay. Blood Haze. As long as the Archmilitant has killed at least one enemy with a melee attack this round, his dodge is 14% better. What do I need for this? Devastating attack, confident approach. Okay. Can use two-handed ranged weapons with within melee range, but with a -10% -10 penalty. Deals 20% more critical damage against targets that are stunned, prone, and blinded. Any ranged attack and ranged burst attacks of the Archmilitant reduce the weapon skill of all enemies hit by 10 until the end of combat. Does not stack. Gains +1 versatility whenever an ally grants the Archmilitant an extra turn. That's pretty good. We're definitely probably going to take that at some point. Any of the Archmilitant's area attacks, both melee and range, reduce the deflection of all enemies hit by -2 and their armor by 7% until the end of combat. Both melee and ranged. Sick. We can just debuff people? That's awesome. Any of the Archmilitant's burst attacks and melee attacks reduce the dodge of all enemies hit by 8%. I need Wildfire for that. Focus Point. Archmilitant deals 15% more damage to targets that have priority target, regardless of whether that target is an Archmilitant or someone else. The Archmilitant's heavy weapon attacks cost -1 action points, which is amazing, if I was running that. Enemies that were forced to make a resistance test by the Archmilitant will make any resistance test from any source with a -18 penalty until the end of combat. Okay, martial arts, we already have this, and then survivor, we need cautious approach. Okay. Brutal Hunter. Okay, Death World characters gain 15% critical hit against targets that are bleeding and 50% or less of their wounds. Okay, that's very specific. Death World characters suffer 7% less damage from those effects. That's pretty good. Once per combat, when Death World characters suffer the stunned, blinded, and immobilized effect, this effect is ignored, and they instead gain 20% of their maximum wounds as temporary wounds. That's insane. That's pretty good too. Death World characters gain 10% crit chance from Axis, Hammer, and Las weapons. Every injury increases the Death World character's agility and willpower by 5. Every trauma counts as 3 injuries. Holy shit. That's insane. And then we have all our normal bullshit. Which we have Bolter Weapon Efficiency. What is the Bolter Weapon Expert? Gains plus 10% armor penetration is really good. I think we go Strength on this right now. We already have Dual Weapon Combat. All these are good. Flame Weapon Expert I'm not really going to use. Grenadier is pretty cool. The first grenade used in combat does not spend AP and does not count toward the attack limit that turn. Heavy armor also wears... Oh, allows the wearer of heavy armor. Well, I don't think we have anything better than that armor he's wearing, so I don't want to waste a point there. Heavy weapon proficiency. Value is reduced by 25. Okay. Las Weapon Expert, Melee Weapon Specialist, Axis Sweep, and Hammer's Mace Harsh Shove costs -1. Melta weapons get more, but we can't use them. Or we can use them, but we don't have a good one. 10% bonus to dodge. These are all plasma weapon bullshit, which we don't use. Power Weapon Expert, Safety Training. Solid Projectile Weapon Expert. Solid projectile weapons against attacks that gain +2 minimum damage. And then Swift Movements. Is that... I'm gonna be so pissed. Is that... Yeah, I know. Is that a solid projectile weapon? It's a bolt. But it would say solid projectile, unfortunately, because this one says las. This one's solid projectile, and that one's bolt. So it is an entirely different class here. So now that we have everything read, we can kind of go through and look here. So I think first off, we're going to take strength. We're going to take strength. Okay, now we have devastating attack, reckless rush, wildfire, cautious approach, confident approach, kick we already have. So devastating attack, the Archmilitan's next attack, if it hits, will cause all the targets to make a toughness resistance test with -14 penalty. If failed, the target will suffer a negative effect based on the attacker's damage type. Impact damage knocks the opponent prone. Piercing and rending damage inflicts bleeding and slowed on targets until the end of combat. Energy and all other damage inflicts blinded. Okay, power swords and power axes count as both energy and rending, while power hammers count as both as energy and impact. Attacks that combine several types of damage will benefit from each additional effect. Interesting. I don't know if that's going to be really for us. Reckless Rush immediately gains 7 MP. If the Archmilitant has stacks of versatility, they gain 3 more stacks of versatility, which lasts until the end of turn. That's really good. Wildfire. His next attack this turn will cost 0 AP and will not count towards the attack limit per turn. The cost of this ability is reduced by 1 AP for every 4 stacks of versatility. That's also really good. But it costs 3 AP to use. Interesting. Oh, the cost of this ability is reduced by 1 AP for every 4 stacks of versatility. So this could potentially be free, and then you just get a free extra attack. Interesting. Cautious approach. The Archmilitant gains the cautious approach effect until the end of combat, or until this ability is used again, or until using confident approach.
Fuck me.
Okay. Instead of the usual bonuses from versatility, the Archmilitant gains 5% dodge and parry for every stack. If the Archmilitant already has 4 or more stacks of versatility, they remove all of those negative effects from themselves and become immune to these effects, as well as stun and prone for as long as the guy keeps the cautious approach effect active. Confident approach. Gains confident approach until the end of combat. Until this ability is used again, or blah blah blah. Instead of the usual bonus from versatility, the Archmilitant gains 3% dodge and parry reduction and ignores 3% of enemy cover. All of the Archmilitant's attacks score critical hits, but the Archmilitant's critical damage on those attacks is reduced by half. That's still insane, right? Because isn't that guaranteed max rolls on your attacks and then just like a little bit extra? That's insane. If this Archmilitant already has 4 stacks, attacks always deal maximum damage as long as they keep that thing. That's so cool. I think we take Wildfire for now. Reckless Rush is also really good. I think we take Reckless Rush instead. I think we try to take these later. As well as this. We can take Bolt Weapon Expert. 10% armor penetration. We can't do the ones that we wanted to. I didn't really think that this Death World stuff really made a difference. I mean, this is okay. This is also okay. Just 7 less damage from fire and toxic damage. And bleeding is also good. 10% armor penetration is fantastic. We also have ballistic skill here that we can use, and weapon skill, I think. Yeah, that would also be good. This combat mastery is also good. Other than that, I don't know if nimble 10% dodge, but he doesn't really dodge. That's the thing. I think swift movements would be good. Just +2 movement points. I think we take the Bolt Weapon Expert for now. Athletics, Demolition. Our Demolition guy is gone, unfortunately. So I think we do take Demolition here, just to kind of do that. Okay. Begins combat with versatility. That's going to be good. He just gains 14 points to that until the end of combat. That's actually incredible. I think those are both good. Yeah, I think we're going to take that. Weapon skill, we're going to take strength again. So we do have tenacity or lifetime of scars. Nothing else really pops out to me. Maybe ballistic skill, maybe weapon skill. Weapon skill, ballistic skill, and these two, tenacity and lifetime of scars. I think we'll take the lifetime of scars first, just to guarantee that we get it. Okay. I think we do take this. Dependable, exploit weakness, preferred targets. Custom to Glory is also pretty good. Gaining a stack of versatility increases critical hit chance by 5% until the end of turn. Stacks. Okay, all out. While the Archmilitant is under the effect of Reckless Rush, their attacks do not cost movement points. Oh. Oh my lord. That's pretty good. We'll go strength again, Lamau. Okay, steady superiority. First time in combat that the Arch-Militant reaches 0 wounds while under the effect of steady superior or heroic sacrifice. The Arch-Militant restores 20% of their damage, maximum wounds, and loses this effect. Oh, restores. I don't know why I fucking read that wrong. So, he doesn't have the... As long as he's under this thing, he has an instant get-up button, which is pretty cool. Till the end of combat, every attack grants a stacking +2 bonus to critical hit chance. Till the end of combat, the Arch-Militant attacks do not spend all AP. Additionally, each attack grants a stacking 5% bonus to dodge for 1 round. He can use both Heroic Act and the Archetype. Wait, the Arch-Militant can use both the Heroic Act of the Arch-Militant archetype and the Heroic Act of the Warrior or Soldier archetype in a single combat. You can still only use a Heroic Act or Desperate Measure once per round. That seems pretty cool. We get 2 off of him? Okay, we can't take Demolition anymore. His athletics is fine. Plus 100 from strength is crazy. Awareness is better on Cassia. This is definitely... Okay. I fear no poison. Okay, toughness. Okay. I think we put it in the coerce. A ruse. Sorry, I keep fucking saying it wrong. We'll take that. Now we're going to go ahead and do the... We can do the always be ready. There probably is something better here that I'm forgetting about. Let me see. Oh, we get 1 stack of versatility whenever we get an extra turn is pretty good. But I really want to be giving the extra turns to Cassia, but maybe Cassia can give him an extra turn, you know? That's an interesting thing to think about. Yeah. I think that's good. I think we'll take Discipline. That's fine. Now we want +5 more Strength. Lamau. I want him to be in there. He's going to be taking so much... Like, weapon skill isn't going to be that critical. We can take Tenacity. Anything else that I want to look at? We can take Ballistics. Ballistics? Sorry, Demolition. What the hell am I thinking? You know, because take Weapon Skill and Ballistic Skill. Combat Master is also on the table here. Swift Movements is also on the table here. Maybe we do that instead? Let me reread what Tenacity does. It is... Oh, yeah. So once per combat, he gets stunned, blind, or immobilized. He ignores it and gets 20% of his wounds as fake wounds. Fake wounds. Temporary wounds. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Okay, and now we take Wildfire here. We can do Always Ready, I think is good. I think now is the time to take Always Ready. Here, we can't take Strength again, so we're going to go ahead and take Weapon Skill, 75, 75 each. Not bad. Not bad at all. Or I can take Toughness. I don't know. His armor's tough enough, you know? We're going to put it here. Dependable is, yeah. Exploit Weakness. So what are these again? Bonus to critical damage. This bonus is capped while using those. Bonus to armor. For versatility. I think that can be good. He has a lot of versatility. Yeah, we'll take that. Do another weapon skill here, or do we do a ballistic skill? Oh, we'll do another weapon skill here. We'll do another weapon skill here. So we have tenacity that we can do, which I'm not really worried about right now, honestly. I think having the more MP is going to be more beneficial. We already took it. I'm retarded. So... Nimble, I don't care about. I don't care if he dodges. We can train toughness, which could be interesting. Willpower would also be good. Demolition here can also be good. I think we just take tenacity. And then we get another one of these. So... not bad. To the end of combat, every attack grants +2 to critical hit chance. That's pretty good. I like that a lot. And now we got the Exemplar. Which, attention, after an ally takes an extra turn provided by the character, no. All damage dealt by the character is increased by 3% until the end of combat for every new enemy damaged by this combat. Okay. No ranged weapons equipped. Crushing Assault. First melee attack in the round deals 2 additional damage for every cell the character current position and the spot where they started their turn. So that'd be really good for that one that we can run in, you know? Don't care about that. Death Dealer. Don't care about that. Deals damage to an enemy. The wearer suffers +1 stack of degraded defense effect for every 6 damage he's deals. Okay. Whenever the character's ally attacks the enemy, they deal an additional 1% damage for each stack of that. That's not really useful. Every melee attack this character makes reduces the target's armor by 10% until the end of combat. This reduction is applied before damage is calculated. That's amazing. Love that for us. Additional 20 damage for hitting them in the cover. During the first turn of combat, the character gets 2 additional action points. Interesting. When the ally takes actions on extra turns given by the character, they deal 15% more damage. That was more for us. Flesh wounds. They restore 10% of their maximum wounds at the start of their turn. If the character has less than 20%, they restore 20%. Okay. Targets that consider the character a priority target deal 40% less damage to the character's allies. That's interesting. Martyrdom. Whenever they're attacked by an enemy, they get momentum equal to the difficulty tier. Out of my way! Whenever the character pushes an enemy, the character gains 4 MP. Those MP are added after the attack and allow the character to continue movement. Damage dealt by collisions for pushing enemies increased by 105%. That's actually really good. Is it better than 10% armor? I don't know. This character gains a bonus to their strength equal to 20% of their maximum wounds. Holy shit, that's amazing. That's actually good. Ignores 3 of the enemy's deflection. Okay, not really good here on any of these. Oh, look at this. The character's deflection is doubled against single target attacks. That's nice. I think we take him's immune to all effects that reduce their MP. They gain plus MP, 3 MP. That's crazy, actually. Let's go ahead and take that. Do have some stuff here. For each adjacent ally, the soldier deals 12% more damage to enemies. The soldier's demolition instead of intelligence is used to determine additional damage dealt with ranged area attacks. Deals 5% more damage for every 10 points in demolition instead of 5% for each 10 points of intelligence. Interesting. I forgot what his demolition's sitting at right now. The soldier's second action in a turn deals 13% more damage to enemies that have not suffered damage from the soldier during this turn. Cover efficiency we don't need. While soldier has an ally adjacent to them, control shot -1 AP. That's interesting. Has full cover, never mind. Well, at full wounds, the soldier has +10. Okay, probably never gonna happen. The first hit of each ranged burst attack deals an additional damage equal to the weapon's current rate of fire. All of the soldier's area attacks gain 26% armor penetration, ignore 3 deflection when used against enemies in a 3-cell radius around the... Okay, that's cool. Second skin. Medium armor does not reduce dodge. Revel and Slaughter can be used after 2 kills instead of 3. I don't think that's going to be necessarily a problem. Enemies damaged by the soldier's area attacks gain +4 damage for the next attack that hits them. This is whenever the soldier successfully dodges or uses cover against an enemy, they gain critical hits. No, thank you. 7 critical hit chances bonus is doubled against enemies from which the soldier is protected by cover at the moment of the attack. Okay. So we really don't have anything super good coming out at us. Well, a lot of people are going to be bleeding, hopefully. Well, no, because honestly, Solomon did most of our bleeding. Well, actually, this could be good. If we just stack temp HP on him, that could actually be incredible. We'll see. As far as this, we'll take the demolition here. That's fine. We have another one here. Accustomed to Glory would be good. We'll keep that in line. And a stack of versatility increases critical hit chance by 5%. As long as the Archmilitant has killed at least one enemy with a melee attack this round, the Archmilitant gains 14 dodge. No thank you. Every round, the first single target ability used by an ally on the Archmilitant gains +1 action point to that ally. Oh, that could be good. So if I give someone an extra turn, I get an AP back? If I give him an extra turn? That's interesting. I love that. I think we take that. And there we go. He's all caught up. Holy shit. He has a fucking 142 HP, or strength. He has 185 HP. And his toughness isn't even that good. Where's his toughness? It's 75. It's pretty good, actually. It's actually very good. My bad. Weapon skill is 85. I don't know weapon skill being 100 something. Am I stupid? That was demolition. I'm a doo-doo head. Okay, well. We now have him in the party. Sorry that took so long. But hey, you know, that's the game. I lack a reedy. We are gonna definitely go ahead and change our formation up because that's embarrassing looking. For sure, for sure. So let's go ahead and do that now. So we definitely want him in front. We definitely want Cassia in the middle here. And Urilet in the back, and we can have him right there. Okay. That looks like a nice formation. Everybody get in formation here. Yeah, that looks good. 2 snipers in the back. We got the 3 damage dealers and the tank. Let's go, dude.
Time.
It is about time, honestly. So we gotta go down here. We gotta go into the arena. We are gonna do that final fight again, just because I want to see Ulfar in action. And he better be fucking sick as hell, dope as fuck. Oh my god. Horrible, horrible that it doesn't disappear, but... Ulfar, our last and final party member here. We have everyone. Ooh, actually... Shit. I want to check something real quick. If not, I'll edit it out. I will edit it out if nothing happens. But I do want to go back here to the to this place, to the pit. We're gonna go back to the pit because that's where we can talk to all of our party members, and maybe we can talk to him. Maybe we can talk to him. Okay, sick. We're not gonna do it this episode. Calm down, but we are gonna see if we can. Where is his bitch ass? Oh, he's standing right there. Holy shit, how'd I miss him? Alright, we can actually talk to him here, so we're gonna do that next time. We're gonna talk to Ulfar. And then we're gonna do the arena fight again. So, yeah. Should be fun. I'll see you in the next one.